Well, hello everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Cedarville University Lady Jacket Volleyball here on Stretch Internet. Glad you can join us tonight. Another non-conference opponent, Urbana University, just about 25 or 30 miles from Cedarville. The Lady Jackets come in with a record of 4-8, and the Blue Knights of Urbana, 3-8, and the Blue Knights of Urbana at 6-6. We expect a good competitive contest. Glad you can join us. I'm Jim Clark, joined by my wife and former head coach of Cedarville Volleyball, Teresa Clark. And Teresa, as you looked at some of the stats, what can we expect here tonight?
Well, I've been trying to look over some common opponents that they've had. They really haven't played anybody but one team, and that's Malone so far this season. Cedarville played Malone just last week, and they lost 1-3. They did take one set from them. Urbana played Malone and lost in 3, but the scores were close, 25-23, 25-22, 25-30. So it wasn't like they came in and dominated. So if you look at that, and then you look at a couple conference matches that Urbana has been able to play, and I don't know, I think it might be more competitive than we realize.
This is the 67th meeting all time between Urbana and Cedarville in volleyball, 62-4. Very dominating record in favor of Cedarville, but we play these matches to see what unfolds, and so we look forward to an exciting match. And before we go any further, let's join public address announcer Darren Miller for the introductions, the invocation, the national anthem, then we'll be back with you.
And you, the spectator, may enjoy. The officials for tonight's match are Miss Michelle Hayes and Miss Diane Hood. Before we meet the team, we ask that everyone please stand for the invocation and remain standing and face the American flag located above the round bleachers in the gymnasium. With our invocation this evening is tonight's honorary assistant coach, Dr. Galen Smith.
Our Father, thank you for the competitiveness of this match. Thank you for keeping our ladies safe and constructing each one in the Father. And so we pray that, Father, this match will be something that the fans will enjoy, that, Father, you will enjoy because you're overseeing this match. And, Father, we just commit it to Thee, commit the rest to Thee, and in Christ's name.
Now let's meet the Blue Knights from Urbana University. Number 2, Mary Hendricks. Number 3, Tara Eves. Number 4, Caitlin Douglas. Number 5, Brianna Garber. Number 8, Elise Butler. Number 9, Brianna Burkhalter. Number 12, Marty King. Number 14, Madison Davis. Number 15, Maya Dunlap. Number 16, Megan Veerhoff. Number 18, Emily Fry. Number 19, Amanda Toff. Number 20, Caitlin Dunlap. And number 22, Taylor Clark. The event is coached by Mr. Tim Belize. Now, let's meet the Lady Jackets of Cedarville University. A junior from Denver, Colorado, number 1, Angela Becker. A junior from Madison, Ohio, number 2, Kristen Cardwell. A freshman from Chattanooga, Tennessee, number 3, Kristen Reynolds. A freshman from Newton, Wisconsin, number 5, Ashley Gould. A sophomore from Crystal Lake, Illinois, number 6, Chrissy Pratt. A freshman from Camden, Ohio, number 7, Abby Woodard. A sophomore from Asheville, Illinois, number 9, Emily Gortz. A senior from San Diego, California, number 10, Alyssa Barkley. A freshman from Dothan, Michigan, number 11, Faith Ferris. A junior from Sparta, Georgia, number 12, Abby Shelton. A freshman from Brookfield, Wisconsin, number 13, Taylor Wilkerson. A junior from North Royalton, Ohio, number 14, Rachel Crickey. And a sophomore from Edenberry, Minnesota, number 15, Katie Sir. Cedarville is coached by Mr. Doug Walters.
So we're about ready to go here tonight. Both teams have been introduced. As we said, Cedarville 3-8, coming off a nice win this past Friday night against the University of Charleston, a 3-0 sweep. And the Blue Knights at 6-6, playing Kentucky Wesleyan in Kentucky this past Saturday. The Blue Knights playing in the conference that Charleston is, the Mountain East Conference. But we expect, again, a pretty even matchup. And we'll see if Chrissy Pratt, who just was on fire on Friday night, 7 ace serves to close out that one, can pick up right where she left off.
And Cedarville, from what we were able to see earlier this season, really needed to kind of clean up that serving part of their game. And so that's very exciting to see that that many aces were able to happen during that match. And that's exactly what needs to continue. The serving percentage needs to be high.
Cedarville has a team coming in 88% as a squad on the year. Leading the team in aces, Rachel Crickey with 17. Kristen Cardwell and Kristen Reynolds with 14 each. And Chrissy Pratt, as we said, 7 on Friday night. She now has 16 this year, so they have used that as a weapon.
And that's the way it should be. A serve should be an offensive tool that you use, as you said, as a weapon, and it's part of the offensive game.
We're about ready to go, and the Lady Jackets in their home white jerseys with blue numerals trimmed in yellow will serve. It's Kristen Cardwell putting the ball in play, and the Blue Knights are on the first attack. There's a roll shot easily played by Chrissy Pratt. Here's the first attack of the contest by Shelton, dug on the back line, and a beautiful save there by Mary Hendricks of the Blue Knights. Here's a quick middle attack. Wilkerson is defended by the Blue Knights. A tip shot by Clark. It goes out of bounds, and Urbana has the first points of set number 1.
We just saw a great job, a great effort on the defense of Urbana, and what a great pancake where they slide your hand under the ball as it hits the floor, and she brought it up.
That kill, give credit to Mari King, number 12 for the Blue Knights. Right back the other way, Abby Shelton on the near side gets a kill to tie the setup at 1 apiece.
That was a great slide attack. Abby coming over on the right side of the net. She's normally on the left and was able to get an angle that put it down.
Abby now 140 kills on the season to lead the Lady Jackets. Here's the serve. It'll be a back row attack coming from Urbana. A dig there by Cardwell. And now a free ball put over by Cedarville. There's an attack by Mari King for another point for Urbana.
Cedarville's blocking timing was off on that one, which made the defense have to scramble. The block has to be an effective part of this match as well.
Second kill of the match of the set for Mari King. She's a junior out of Fairborn, Ohio, not too far here from Cedarville. Right back out on the attack is Taylor Wilkerson, and she'll go right deep in the back line for a kill for Cedarville. We're tied at 2. Back to serve, Angela Becker, the junior out of Denver. Set by Hendricks. A long attack will be touched by Cedarville. Rachel Crickey with the honor call to give the point to Urbana.
I thought there was just a little bit of a change of speed on that ball. Oftentimes you can't see that, but Rachel said, hey, I touched it, and honor call it is, and the point goes to Urbana.
Pratt, tough pass for Cardwell. Back row attack from Shelton. That was a miscommunication and not well timed. It'll be another point for the Blue Knights.
And Abby just had a strong follow through and brought her arm too far down. She was too far behind the 10-foot line to make it happen.
Maya Dunlap on the serve for Urbana. There's a nice cross-court kill for Chrissy Pratt to give it a 4-3 Urbana lead.
I like the way Chrissy placed it just outside the reach of the Urbana defense, and that angle was very helpful. And there it goes down.
Cricky, Cardwell, Pratt on the front line. Freshman Kristen Reynolds in to serve. That ball's hit out of bounds on the near side by Caitlin Dunlap, and we're tied at 4 here in set number 1. Dunlap leads the Blue Knights with 142 kills on the season. Another serve by Reynolds. She had 5 aces on Friday night. That one smack dab into the middle of the net for a missed serve. Point to Urbana.
Talking to Coach Walters, he said they've been working really hard on aggressive serving, but keeping it in.
Reynolds just 86% on the year for the freshman. There's the serve by the Blue Knights. Pass to Cardwell, outside to Pratt. She drills that one into the back corner for the point.
And that was a great shot in that deep middle corner. Hard for defense to get to that. Not well played. There you go. You see it and see that deep corner, and down it goes.
Now Chrissy Pratt will fire that ball, toss it about 15 feet in the air on the jump serve. This one is passed up by the Blue Knights. Here's the set by Hendricks. A near side attack put across by Dunlap. Abby Shelton gets a kill for Cedarville.
I love how aggressively and how high that Abby was able to get in the air, so she was able to swing and pull it straight down. Nice kill.
6-5 Cedarville. Another jump serve coming now from the sophomore Chrissy Pratt. That one spins out of there and beautifully passed up by the Blue Knights. Now the official on the downside will say the ball did hit in front of the Urbana player, so that'll be an ace for Chrissy. Coach Belize of Urbana questioning the call a little bit, but back to the action is Pratt on another tough jump serve. Here's the set by Cardwell outside to Shelton, and she will put that one down in front of Amanda Toth of Urbana. 8-5 Cedarville.
Urbana's defense is just a little bit too far back and not taking that step forward to get under the ball. I think if they clean up that game, they'll be able to play better defense.
Pratt getting ready to attack on the serve. 8-5 Cedarville. This one's passed up. Hendricks tracks it down, going off the floor. Free ball put across. Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Slide attack to Cricky off the block on the near side of Butler and Dunlap for the point.
Nice slide attack. Cricky was able to get that timed really well. It was a perfect set, and Cricky was able to get it to go down, and that causes Urbana to call a timeout.
4 straight points put on the board by Cedarville to lead at 9-5 here in set number 1. Coach Tim Belize, in his first year at the Blue Knights, takes the first of his 2 timeouts.
And he's probably talking a little bit about defense. Defense is playing a little bit hesitant on the Urbana side of the court, and they need to be a little bit more aggressive, be on the toes and be in motion, be ready to go for that ball. And I think if they clean that up, we're going to have a much more competitive back and forth volley in this in the remainder part of this set.
This is the second of 8 consecutive home matches. And you look at the Lady Jacket schedule, it comes at a perfect time when they started off pretty rough in the on-the-road contest, and then winning on this past Friday night to really get this homestand off on a positive note.
Urbana's taken every second that they get during this timeout, and he had a list of things to talk about, and hopefully he was able to reorganize and get his team fired up to come out here and turn things around for them.
Chrissy Pratt again eyes the ball. She'll toss it in the air for another jump serve. 9-5 Cedarville. That one spins across, passed up on the back line. Here's a middle attack and a 4-hit error called against the Blue Knights. Elise Butler went up but could not get it over the net, and now it's a 5-point lead in set 1.
I like the way Cedarville put a block in front of them, and that kind of intimidated a little bit the attack right at the net. They weren't able to clear it.
Pratt continues to serve. This one's sent over the net on an overpass. Cardwell outside to Shelton, and that one will be called in on the back line. The line judge had a good look at it, straight down. point Cedarville.
And that was definitely like right on the line. There was no wiggle room in that one, and that's hard to defend. And so well done, Chrissy.
6 straight points now for Cedarville. Pratt again, who's she going to go after? This time is another overpass, and Cardwell goes up, and she'll get credited for the kill, just the 14th of the year for the setter.
Coach Walter started the year with a 6-2 system and an offense, and part of it was because Chrissy's lack of height at the net, but she got up on that one, and so he has moved to a 5-1, and she paid her dues there, but she got it done.
Outside attack will be good for the point from Caitlin Dunlap to stop that 7 straight point run by Cedarville. 12-6 now is the score in favor of the Lady Jackets. Back to serve now will be the Blue Knights' Caitlin Dunlap. Passed up by Becker. Cardwell back set to Cricky off the block attempt of Butler and Madison Davis for the point.
Urbana's block was a little bit delayed on that, but more importantly, they were not penetrating through, and so there was a little bit too much give, and it dropped in front of them.
Rachel Cricky now serving 94% on the year, leading the team in that category, as well as service aces. There's a nice hit down line, but Reynolds is there for the dig. Middle attack, a diving save by Cardwell, but cannot control it in play. It'll be a point for the Blue Knights, 13-7 Cedarville.
There you see that play again, and there it goes out of bounds.
Eads on the serve, passed up by Cedarville. Shelton gets it back from Cardwell, and it'll go out of bounds on the far side, just in front of the Blue Knights bench for another point for Urbana, 13-8.
I like the way she was thinking, though. She looked down line, she saw defense wasn't ready. She just pulled it a little bit too far.
Eads puts it across on the serve. A little quick play there by Cardwell to try and put the ball over the net. Just not quite able to clear it. Another point for the Blue Knights, and they put up 3 straight.
It actually was a good decision on on Caldwell's set that time, but she's going to try it again, and good job. She got it over, but she was a little too far off the net the first time.
Reynolds on the dig. Cardwell outside set to Shelton. Nicely played at the net by the Blue Knights front row. And Reynolds with a diving one-hand save on the dig. Hendricks puts it across. Reynolds there with another dig. Outside again to Shelton. And some solid defense here by the Blue Knights. And they'll get the point on the tip shot by Mari King. And it's now 13-10 Cedarville.
Exactly what we're talking about. Urbana has changed their defense as far as they're up on their toes and they're in motion more. And now they're starting to get under the ball.
Cardwell, slide attack to Taylor Wilkinson, and that'll be right at the 10-foot line. Unable to play it was Brianna Burkhalter for the point Cedarville.
Like the way Taylor came around with that swing, and she was going up as if she was going to hit it down, but the last second just did a little tip and dropped it right in front of Urbana's defense. Well played, and it results in a kill.
Alyssa Barkley, Taylor Wilkinson, Abby Shelton on the front line, Pratt, Becker, and Cardwell on the back line. Kristen serves it over. 14-10 Cedarville. Here's a slide attack, just tossed over with the right hand by King. Back row attack coming from Pratt, and that'll be good for the kill.
Tracy continues being able to be effective when it comes to an offense and getting a kill, even from the back row.
Pratt has her 3rd kill of the set. Another serve by Kristen Cardwell at the net, a battle for it, and it'll be won by Mary Hendricks, the senior setter for the Blue Knights. Hendricks will go back to serve. She is from hometown girl from Urbana, Ohio. Played at Urbana High School. Overpass by Cedarville. It'll be a setup by the Blue Knights. Near side attack coming from Davis, and it is going to be good. Line judge Steve Windy down there calling that one in. 15-12 Cedarville.
And that was a great angle. She turned her shoulder, and she was able to get an angle that defense was not ready for, and it results in a kill for Urbana.
Slide attack by Wilkerson, blocked down nicely by the Urbana front line. There's a two-hand push shot by Hendricks. One-hand save by Pratt. Shelton tries it off the top of the block, and good.
And Abby was able to what we call tool, and that is getting on top of the set of the block, and she was able to pull it down, as you'll see right there. Well done.
Fifth kill of the set for Abby Shelton. She'll go back to serve, and she'll be credited with the aces. It went right through the hands of defensive specialist Maya Dunlap of Urbana.
And that's frustrating. As a defensive player, you think, oh, this is going out of bounds, and at the last second you realize it's not, and you throw your hands up, but not able to keep it in play.
This will be a free ball from the back line, put across on the roll shot. Shelton to Cardwell, little tip shot, but just out of the reach of Barkley. It falls to the floor, give the point to the Blue Knights.
Barkley took off just a little bit too soon, and Caldwell's set was a little too high, so you put those two together, and that's the results.
This is Madison Davis serving, a freshman from Nelsonville, Ohio. Passed up outside to Pratt, goes cross corner. That's a tough angle for Chrissy. It goes out of bounds and make it 17-14 Cedarville. Just a 3-point advantage here in set one.
And Chrissy was trying to get the angle right by the 10-foot line, and it's a good thought. She just pulled her shoulder a little bit too much and sent it out of bounds.
Another serve by Dunlap, and Becker ducks out of the way. It goes out of bounds, giving the point right back to Cedarville, 18-14. They lead it by 4. Each team with a missed serve thus far in set one, and Becker now will toe the line for the serve attempt. And she'll go far back corner. That will be placed beautifully inside that back corner for the ace.
That's a beautiful ace serve. It doesn't get much better than that. That deep corner, hard to defend, and at the last minute it's dropping, and you realize that you're not going to be able to get back behind it, so you have to just kind of throw your arms up and hope that you can make contact, but not able to do that, and so an ace is the result, and we'll take it.
The third ace of the set put up on the board by the Lady Jackets here in set number one. They lead at 19-14. Coach Belize takes his second and final timeout. His team trailing 19-14.
Urbana is trying to stop the momentum that Cedarville seems to have right now. Cedarville, on the other hand, is coming out, and we've talked about it before on the air, that one of the mental goals is to be the first team to hit 20. There's just something about getting into the 20s that gives you kind of that emotional up, and so if Cedarville can get this point, that will make them in the 20s.
College volleyball, it is the best of 5 sets. You played at 25, you must win by 2 points. If it happens to go to a 5th set, that one is played to 15. Again, having to win that one by 2 points as well. We're about ready to get back to the action. Angela Becker will continue to serve. 92% on the year for the junior. Leads the team in digs with 130 plus. There's the pass and the set to Hendricks. Near side attack from Dunlop. Partially blocked at the net. Now Cedarville scrambling to get back in system. Becker puts it across the net, and Barkley will hammer it down just inside the 10-foot line. 20-14 Cedarville.
Sometimes when you just go over the net, you know that that front line is just going to jump up and send it down, and that's pretty much what we see all regularly in volleyball.
That one's blocked at the net. Almost a triple block by Pratt, Cricky, and Barkley, giving point number 21 to the Lady Jackets. And Becker will again serve the ball across. Hendricks, quick middle attack, and they misfire to the Blue Knights, trying to get the ball to Mari King for the attack, and it falls to the floor. 22-14, an 8-point lead, and 5 straight points on the run here by Cedarville. High floater serve. Coming to get it is Dunlap, and a violation called against the Blue Knights. A double hit, 23-14, Cedarville. Becker again, a tough short floater serve inside the 10-foot line, but it was passed up by the Blue Knights. There's Cardwell on the dig. Now Becker will set it near side to Barkley, tipped over the middle and played by the Blue Knights. Dunlap on the left side, a diving save by Becker. Barkley tries it, blocked down, can't defend it, and give the point to the Blue Knights. Nicely played there by Dunlap and King. Maya Dunlap will go back to serve. Cardwell, back set to Barkley, blocked out of bounds by Elise Butler and Caitlin Dunlap. 24-15, we're at set point in set number one.
Barkley did a nice job of looking at the block and seeing the angle of the hands and hitting right into it, sending it out of bounds.
Freshman Kristen Reynolds comes in to serve, looking for set number 1 here at the Lady Jackets, and she'll miss that one. Just at the top of the net, 24-16 Cedarville.
And I like that she's aggressively trying to do a jump serve, but she's just a little bit short. She needs to clean it up.
Urbana on the serve, Shelton down to get it, pass up to Cardwell, tip shot by Cricky, just out of bounds. Dunlap was there in front of Rachel, but it goes out. 24-17 Cedarville, still set point. Served by Brianna Burkhalter. Cardwell goes outside to Pratt, blocked at the net by the Blue Knights, and this will be a free ball for Urbana. Burkhalter to Hendricks, near side to Dunlap, through the block of Cricky and Cardwell. There you see a little bit of the problem with a 5-1 Cardwell trying to block the outside attack. It's 24-18 Cedarville. Shelton on the pass, Cardwell outside, Pratt fires, and it's way out of bounds off the back line. 24-19 Cedarville.
And Pratt just did not have the follow through, that she did not bring her arm down to keep the ball inbounds, and she just sent it a little too deep.
Becker on the pass, Cardwell, middle attack to Cricky. Had a lot of open space in front of her, and Rachel found it for the kill and gives Cedarville a victory here in set number 1 by a final score of 25-19.
Cedarville did not play the best game that they ever had, but you can see right there where Rachel was able to do a little slide attack. She saw that open court or open spot in the court, and she was able to get it down with some power and authority. She looked really good on that. Cedarville right now needs to talk about some little things that they need to clean up. Just play a little bit smarter, and it just feels kind of like they're going through the motions. There's no life in there. There's no excitement in there. There's no emotional charge, and so they need to just get kind of fired up and not just go through the motions. Little things are dropping that shouldn't drop. There's a couple little things that they just, like timing of blocks and so forth, and they kind of looking at each other a little bit. They need to just get out there aggressively, play their ball, play their game, and they should be dominating and doing a better job of this. Urbana, on the other hand, they're playing better defense. They started out a little slow. They setting back on their heels, not on their toes, and moving towards the ball. They cleaned that up, and they are playing a little bit more aggressive, and they didn't stop playing. They played aggressively and clicked off a couple points right there at the end to stay kind of in it and give them hope. And so let's see what type of play and what type of teams come back on the court.
Lady Jackets attack percentage in set number 1, just over 30%, holding the Blue Knights to just under 15% in that statistic. Leading the way for Cedarville, Abby Shelton with 5 kills, 3 each from Rachel Cricky and Chrissy Pratt. On the back line, it's Kristen Reynolds leading the way with 4 digs and 13 assists for Kristen Cardwell. On offense for Urbana, Mari King has 4 kills to lead in that way, and their setter, Mary Hendricks, has 8 assists.
You mentioned before the game that this is the 67th time that Cedarville has played Urbana, so they have a long history. There was a time when they were in the same conference, and so they played each other quite often. So there is, and they're close by. They're not real far from this campus, and so there's been a little bit of a history, not just a history of it, but a little bit of a rival between these two teams. I feel like it's a lot harder to play Urbana at Urbana than it is Cedarville, just because of the home court advantage, but we understand well the rhythm of these two teams.
Well, if you're watching our broadcast this year of not only volleyball, but both men's and women's soccer, love to hear from you. If you have an opportunity, even during the match, send us an email and let us know you're out there watching. We appreciate any input and letting us know that these are something you appreciate. sportsinfo@cedarville.edu. sportsinfo@cedarville.edu will be the email address. Also, if you follow us on Twitter @CUJackets, we'll be able to let you know that we're following that as well. We'll give you a shout out even if you send us something during the match tonight. But Teresa, as you look at the stats, anything else you notice?
Well, each team has one block, and part of that is because the attack percentage is kind of low for both teams. The team attack percentage for Urbana is only .185, where Cedarville is a .273. So Cedarville's attack game is better, but really both teams are not giving much of an attack game to be able to block, but they each have one block. I think the attack game has to be at a higher pace if you want to dominate in this set.
Teams have switched sides of the floor. Cedarville on the right down below us, Urbana down to the left. The Blue Knights will start to set off serving. It'll be senior Mary Hendricks to get set number 2 underway. It'll be passed up by Becker on the back line. This is Cardwell. Out of the back row is Shelton for the kill to start things off on the right foot.
I just like the way Shelton is playing this year. She's more aggressive. Her arm swing is more of a whip, as we used to call it. She just has a faster, quicker arm swing, which is harder to defend, and she's just playing with confidence.
Abby with her 6th kill of the set, serves the ball over. This will be tracked down on the set. The back row attack coming from Caitlin Dunlap, passed up by Cedarville. This is Pratt on the near side, a diving save by Hendricks, and that'll fall to the floor, point Cedarville.
And Hendricks did do a great dive for that ball, and you hate after you give all that effort for the second hit the second touch not to happen, and so I'm sure that's a little deflating.
Hendricks dove for it. The down official will say that it did hit the floor. That'll be another point for the Lady Jackets. 3 straight to start set number 2.
She gets up a little bit slow. I'm sure hitting the floor that hard is not feeling real good right now.
And the Blue Knights changing their serve receive routine, and it worked as it results in a kill for Mari King of the Blue Knights. So Urbana on the board, 3-1.
Mari was able to find that deep corner that we talked about in the first set, and she was able to put it down, and Cedarville's defense was not able to bring it up.
Madison Davis on the serve, Becker down to get it. This is a big middle attack from Wilkerson, but she's dug by Hendricks on the back line of Urbana, and now a well-placed shot by Caitlin Dunlap in front of Shelton for the point.
It looks like, from the way Urbana is playing, that their coaches told them during the time between the sets that the deep corners are open, go for the deep corners, and he's right.
And that'll be an ace serve for Madison Davis. Her 8th of the season makes it a 3-3 set. Another serve by Davis. She goes after Pratt. There's the pass to Cardwell. Back set to Barkley on the far side. Tips it over the block of the Blue Knights. Now Dunlap on the far side, and she just rolls it over. And there, Coach Clark, you see that donut spot that was found by Urbana.
Exactly. The big hole in the middle. Big hole in the middle was wide open, and no one ran through to pick that up. And it results in a point, and Urbana's got the lead right now.
4-3 Blue Knights. Pratt on the attack will be blocked out of bounds by King and Veerhoff. We're tied at 4 here in set 2. Becker back to serve for Cedarville. This is passed up by Burkholder. Hendricks. Dunlap on the far side through the block off the net and hits the floor for the point for Urbana.
And Urbana has come out with a different mindset. They have been given some guidance, and their coach is showing them exactly some tips that would help them adjust their game and be more competitive, and it's proving accurate.
Tough, deep serve put over by the Blue Knights, and Lady Jackets are scrambling offensively. Cricky is dug on the back line. This will be a free ball put over by Veerhoff. Lady Jackets on the attack. Barkley finds space between Toth and Hendricks for the point.
And that was a much better back set by Cardwell that time. The last time the timing was off, and so Barkley had to just tip it over, but that time it was a perfect set, and it results in a kill.
Kristen Reynolds now in to serve. She'll send it across the net. This will be a tough play for the Blue Knights to make something out of it. Dunlap will try, and she does send it across. Cardwell to Cricky, blocked down by the Blue Knight front line. This is Pratt near side. Another dig by the Blue Knights. Little push shot by Veerhoff is defended by Cedarville. Now Pratt fires it, and good. Went right off the hand of Toth for the point.
And that was a better volley. Both teams were playing a little close, a little tight at the net, but both teams were picking up the ball and keeping it in play.
Reynolds with another serve. Hendricks on the set. The attack by Butler, passed up by Cedarville. This is Pratt, blocked down by the front line of Urbana. Pratt tries it again with the left hand, a little push out on the far side of the floor, just inside that 10-foot line for the point.
And again, well played, looking for that angle. Right in front of the 10-foot line, the defense was pulled back and able to get it to the floor and results in a kill.
Pratt with her 6th kill of the match. This is a set by Hendricks. Dunlap goes deep, and that is Shelton diving for it, but can't control it. 7-6. Cedarville's lead is 1.
Abby did the best she could when it was out of reach, and she dove as much as she could, stuck her arm out. Unfortunately, it ricocheted out of bounds instead of in the court.
Brianna Burkholder serving for Urbana. Tough serve, but played up by Shelton. It'll be a back row attack coming from Becker. Now the Blue Knights on the attack. Dunlop is blocked down by Cricky and Cardwell. Pratt is also blocked by the Blue Knights. Free ball for Cedarville. Shelton, high pass up to Cardwell. Near side to Pratt, tips it over the block. Now Hendricks, quick set in the middle. Off the top of the net by Butler. Here comes Cedarville now on the attack. A slide roll shot by Cricky is passed up by the Blue Knights. And Dunlap will roll that over just out of the reach of Becker. We're tied at 7.
And Dunlap again looked at the hole in the middle, and as she was going up, it looked like she was going to swing, full swing, and at the last minute, she roll shot it.
Tough short serve by Urbana, and a left-hand shot is going to be good by Chrissy Pratt. Kind of an awkward swing, but it'll result in the point for Cedarville.
Not sure that was what was planned for, but that's where the set was, and so she used her left hand, which actually confused the defense, and they weren't able to bring it up.
Pratt on the jump serve, sends it across, passed up by the Blue Knights. A quick middle attack cannot connect. Elise Butler hits that ball into the net, and it's a 9-7 Cedarville lead. Chrissy Pratt just over the top of the net, but a nice pass by Burkholder, and going down line, that'll be a point. Dunlap saw some space, and it hit the floor. We're 9-8 score in set number 2.
That was actually a fantastic serve, and so it was even better serve-receive pass.
Caitlin Dunlap will go back to serve. This is pass to Cardwell. Slide attack by Cricky. Dunlap is there with the dig. Now near side of the far side attack by Madison Davis results in a tie score at 9 points apiece in set 2. Dunlap again on this serve. The pass by Cedarville up in the attack, put across, defended. Here is a big hit by Elise Butler, and it's going to go out of bounds. Boy, Brandon thought that was good, but 10-9 Cedarville. And now we'll have a touch call on the honor call called by Cedarville. I'm not sure who it went off of, but gives the point to the Blue Knights, and they lead at 10-9.
I'm pretty sure Angela Becker approached the official and said, I did touch that, and which, you know, is an honor call, and so again the Knights were able to get that point off of that, but they were very excited that she was able to get up in the air and send it straight down, and rightfully so. She did a nice job of timing. The set was perfect, and she was able to come down on the ball. It was one of the best attacks that we've seen from the Urbana team so far in these 2 sets.
Elise Butler, she's just a sophomore out of Black Lick, Ohio, got credited for that kill. And Coach Clark, while Coach Walters takes a timeout, explain maybe briefly a little bit more about that honor call that we just saw from Angela Becker.
Well, an honor call is a call that's not made by the official as far as a touch. And so they give it as if no one touched it, but you as a player know that you did touch it. Nobody else in this gym knows that. And so you tell the official, I touched that ball. And when you do that, it gives not only a point, but the ball to the other team. And so it's not, it actually hurts your team, but Cedarville does that because they want to make sure that they are being honest in all things, which is a biblical principle that they want to follow. They are representing not just Cedarville volleyball, but they are representing what Cedarville stands for, and that is for standing on the Word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ, and who says to be honest. And being honest in volleyball means I touched it. And so kudos to Angela Becker, who did that call.
Back to the action, the serve by Dunlap just clipped the net, and Kristen Cardwell skies and goes up and puts it down with the left hand for another kill for the junior setter.
Perfectly timed, and the reason it was perfectly timed and very effective was because she jumped as if she was going to set it and basically took defense totally off guard, was able to send it down and send it down with force. Well done.
Cricky on the serve, passed up by Dunlap. Far side attack will be good by Madison Davis for the kill, giving a 1-point lead back to the Blue Knights, 11-10.
And that really is resulting in kills because there was no effective block put in front of her face. The block was not able to be effective for the attack by Urbana, and they're doing a good job of putting it through.
Serve put across by the Blue Knights. Cardwell near side to Shelton, goes far deep corner, but a nice save there by Burkholder. There's a little one-hand push shot, will be good by Mari King, and Urbana now has a 2-point lead at 12-10.
And Urbana's coach has definitely told his team deep corners and hole in the middle, because that's what they're hitting, and it's effective.
Tara Eads on the serve. Wilkerson on the slide attack, dug up on the back line by Burkholder. Here's Dunlap out of the back row. Reynolds in with the dig. Now Cardwell goes near side. Shelton down off the top of the block, defended by the Blue Knights. Another quick attack will be good by Mari King, and it's a 3-point lead for Urbana, 13-10.
And again, we don't have a solid block in front of their faces. It's getting through, and defense is not quite ready for it.
Eads, another serve, passed up. Pratt to Cardwell. Shelton tries it again. She's dug on the front line by Davis. Davis, a little tip shot will be good, just in front of Kristen Reynolds. And now it's a 4-point advantage for Urbana at 14-10.
And Urbana's taking advantage a little bit right now of the spot that Cardwell is on the front row as far as a block, and so they're keep going her way.
And another serve by Eads. It looked like the ball might have been going out of bounds just below us on the near side. Abby Shelton played it, could not keep it in play. 15-10 Urbana. And that serve goes out beyond the antenna. 15-11, giving the point to Cedarville. Wilkerson, Barkley, Shelton on the front line. Served across by Kristen Cardwell. Just about 1.5 feet off the back line, giving a point right back to the Blue Knights. Senior setter Mary Hendricks will serve. Second on the team in ace service aces. Cardwell, little tip shot to Wilkerson, blocked out of bounds. That'll be a point, Cedarville.
She was able to get out of the way. She was able to bend and make sure that went out of bounds without touching her. And so good job by Taylor.
Abby Shelton now on the serve, 16-12. Cedarville down by 4. Hendricks back set. Madison Davis hits that one out of bounds on the near side, well out of the reach of Becker. 16-13 Blue Knights.
And Cedarville's gaining some ground and making some points, but they're making them off of Urbana's mistakes instead of aggressively being a part of it.
That'll be a point for the Lady Jackets on the serve on the overlap. Blue Knights out of rotation, 16-14. Cedarville down by 2. Served across by Shelton, and that will just float across out of bounds on the back line. Point Urbana.
Looked like it might stay in bounds, but there at the last second it just kind of floated and went out of bounds, and so Urbana's defense saw where they were in the court and let it go.
Fourth missed serve of the match for Cedarville. This is Cardwell. Quick attack by Wilkerson. Nobody there in the back corner, and Taylor finds the floor. 17-15. Cedarville trailing by 2.
Taylor did a nice job of looking for the open spot, able to get up and put it down. Again, very smart play, looking for the open spots.
Wilkerson with her 4th kill. Becker spins it across on the serve. Hendricks goes outside to Dunlap off the top of the block of Cricky and Barkley. Out of the back row is Shelton. A little roll shot will find the floor.
And that was kind of interesting because all along you could tell that was going to be a roll shot because she's coming from the back row. The set was low. She couldn't do full swing, but they still were not able to get it.
Lady Jack is trying to tie up set number 2. Scramble on the offensive end, a push shot put across. Here comes the Blue Knights back on the attack. Dunlap will go to the left of Becker for the point. 18-16 Urbana.
Cedarville's defense was really spread out on that kill, and so the Urbana was able to, the Urbana player was able to put it in a spot where was not reachable by Becker.
Maya Dunlap on the serve. This is Cardwell, back set to Barkley. Two-hand shot put right back down by Butler of Urbana. This is Pratt, goes down line, a nice save and a dig there, and Cardwell, a one-hand attempt, puts it out of bounds. Coach Walters jumps to his feet, and he'll take his second timeout. His team trailing now by 3 points, 19-16 in set number 2.
And that, what we talked about, being the first team to 20 just kind of gives you an emotional edge, and he's trying to stop the momentum and clean this up. Cedarville's not playing aggressively, as you can see right here on that last shot, and definitely as Urbana goes up and sends it across, you'll see that it just clears in. So obviously Coach Walters was not happy with that lack of effort on defense on Cedarville's part, on side of the court, I should say. And so that's a good timeout to just say, okay, enough, stop this and get back in your mental and emotional game and get it done physically.
Lady Jackets first team to break the huddle after the timeout by Coach Walters. They're down by 3 points. They won the first set by a score of 25-19. And right now Urbana with a 3-point lead. It's Barkley, Cricky, Cardwell on the front line. Back line has Pratt, Shelton, and Becker for Cedarville. And another serve coming from Maya Dunlap of the Blue Knights. That one's going to sail way out of bounds, about 5 feet, and it's 19-17 Urbana.
Cedarville needs to capitalize on that right now. Again, as I said earlier, they're scoring points on Urbana's mistakes. They need to get in the game and do an aggressive, offensive, get the points on their own play.
Overpass, Cricky goes up and gets it and puts it down in front of Verhoff. Point Cedarville now trailing by just 1.
And that's what we needed to see. We needed to see aggressive. We need to see a little bit of emotional charge, and they need to keep that up.
Another serve by Kristen Reynolds. She'll go far deep corner, and it was Toth right there looking at it. It hit the floor in the corner. Ace serve for Reynolds, and we're tied at 19.
And much better. You'll remember that Reynolds was the person that missed the last serve, and so for her to stay aggressive and be able to hit that deep corner was a great time for that to happen, and now we're tied 19-19.
Timeout called by Urbana coach Belize. His first of 2. We're knotted up at 19 apiece. And it's developing into kind of what we thought it could. Just a very competitive volleyball contest here tonight on the home floor of Cedarville. Longtime rival Urbana in town for a non-conference matchup.
And we're tied at, as you said, 19-19, so it'll be interesting to see which team hits that 20. That's a good timeout called by the Urbana coach. He looked at it and said, hey, the momentum has switched. We were up by 3 or 4, and now we're tied, and that's not what we wanted to do. And so he's trying to stop the momentum that Cedarville got going there the last couple points. And so we'll see which team comes out aggressive.
Ball will be in the hands of freshman Kristen Reynolds to serve. She's out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Looking to put Cedarville up by 1 point here in the second set. And she looks over at Coach Walters and gets the spot on the floor where she will go for. Goes back middle of the floor. Here's a set outside to Dunlap. It goes off the net, not touched by Cedarville, falls out of bounds on the near side, and Cedarville does strike number 20 with a 1 point lead, 20-19.
In all fairness, she was trying to hit that front corner because it was wide open. She just was not able to control it.
Reynolds again with a serve. Hendricks goes back set. And that's touched at the net. Give the point and the kill to Megan Bierhoff, and we're tied at 20. In to serve for the Blue Knights is sophomore Brianna Burkholder. That's going to hit the net, and it wavered for a second, and it falls on the side of Urbana to give the ace, or the missed serve, I should say, to Cedarville.
Now Cedarville needs to capitalize on that and just roll and finish off by clicking off 4 more points.
And no better person to be on the back line. Chrissy Pratt with a jump serve, and that one's going to go at the net and fall to the floor on Cedarville's side. We're tied at 21. Caitlin Dunlap will serve for Urbana. Passed up by Shelton. Back set to Cricky. Little tip shot defended by the Blue Knights. And Hendricks, a smart play. The senior setter goes into the middle of the floor and gets the point as it ricochets out of bounds. 22-21 Urbana. Again, passed up by Shelton. Cardwell goes right back to Abby. Awkward shot put across the net. It will result in a point, though, as Urbana can't keep it in control. We're tied at 22.
And this is just kind of a reaction to the game instead of a game plan going on. Both teams are just kind of reacting to the ball instead of making what they want to do and get it in the hands of an offensive player.
Rachel Cricky tried to go really short on the serve and getting it just across the net, but could not do it. A missed serve gives a point to Urbana.
That's a lot of missed serves this set on the Cedarville side.
Pratt on the pass. Cardwell, tough set right there for Abby. She floats it across with the left hand to make something out of nothing, and a violation on the double hit called against Urbana. We are tied at 23.
And that was a double hit. You could see that the ball changed rotations, and you can almost tell by the ball reaction as to whether it's a double hit or not. It was kind of close, but definitely you saw the ball change motion.
Kristen Cardwell now serving. Hendricks down low to set the ball outside, put across to the left hand by Davis. Here's the attack from Shelton, and she will put that at the feet of Burkholder, and we're at set point, 24-23 Cedarville.
And that's the kind of play Cedarville has to do. Instead of the reaction to the ball, that's what we were just talking about. Pass the ball up, put it in your setter's hand, let her set the ball, and have everybody ready, everybody back, ready to go. And Abby was able to get it and put it in play. She soared at the net. She was able to put it down with force. Defense was actually there, not able to stay under it.
Well, Coach Belize takes his second and final timeout. As you can imagine, his team just basically hanging here. This winner of this set, if it is Cedarville, that would be a huge mountain to climb for the Blue Knights. They'd be down 2-0. And so he's looking to try and tie this set up and make it a one-set apiece match, but it'll be Cedarville serving for victory here in set number 2. 24-23, they lead it. And Kristen Cardwell will put it in play when we are back to the action.
And again, they have to win by 2. So if Urbana comes out here and gets the next point, we got to keep going past the 25.
Lady Jackets have missed 4 serves here in set number 2, missing 2 in the first set. But the attack percentage, both teams have pretty much evened up. Cedarville hitting at 33% and Urbana at 32%. But still, we're at set point. Kristen Cardwell looking to put the nail in the coffin here on this one. Passed up by the Blue Knights. Hendricks, she'll go outside to Madison Davis, and she'll get the kill. We're tied at 24.
Again, we didn't have our block was late, and they were able to get above the block and set it down, and so defense had to scramble and was not able to get under it, and that was a good kill.
Mary Hendricks now serving for the Blue Knights. Tied at 24. Tough pass right there by Shelton. Becker will send it to the front line. Barkley will try to make something of it. It's passed up by Dunlap. Now Hendricks, quick middle attack, and that'll be a carry called against Mari King, point Cedarville.
That was definitely a throw. Basically, the hand stayed in her hands for quite a long time as she pushed it down, and so Cedarville gets the advantage on that one.
Now Abby Shelton serving for the set, 25-24 Cedarville. It goes far back, middle of the floor. Dunlap on the pass. Middle attack coming, hit out of bounds by Madison Davis, and Cedarville will almost, I guess you could call it, outlast Urbana here in set number 2 to win it 26-24 to take a commanding 2-0 lead after winning the first set by a score of 25-19. They win this one 26-24.
And Cedarville was fortunate to come away with that 26-24 win. Again, they got an awful lot of points during that set from Urbana's mistakes. Urbana, on the other hand, has to stay focused and be able to regroup emotionally. That's hard when you were ahead by 3 or 4 later in the set to come back and lose it and then not be able to walk away with a win. They really thought they had it, especially at the end when they tied it up and so forth, but it's harder to come back. Your back is against the wall with 2 losses to come back and stay actively a part of the set.
Well, it's been a pretty competitive contest, and we hope you'll stay tuned here for the third set. And there is, as we have done in the past, about a 10-minute break between set number 2 and number 3. So we want you to stay with us. We have a couple of features to show you about Cedarville University. When we come back, we'll have some highlights for you, look over the stats, and get you ready for set number 3. But stay with us. You're watching Lady Jacket Volleyball here on Stretch Internet.
My name's Joy McBride. I graduated from Cedarville University in 2010, and I'm the afternoon show host on a Christian radio station called Way FM. Stepping into the job market is scary and difficult, but having internships was really what saved me, what got me a job in radio right out of college, because I had connections, and the professors at Cedarville were a huge help for that because they're going to help you to get the internships you need. And my professors in radio, they had the connections that I actually ended up using to get the job that I have today. My job includes a lot of different things. I work with social media, I do video, I edit audio, I produce things, I'm a personality on the air, and I was ready with all of those skills because I took so many diverse classes at Cedarville. In addition to that, I have this Bible minor, so they know that when I'm speaking about my faith, that it's coming from an educated, grounded place. And so having all of these different things in sort of my toolbox of things that I can offer to an employer, and it made me more valuable as an employee today. Cedarville has a student radio station, and you can actually, it functions like a normal station, so you can apply all the things you're going to do in your real job while you're still a student, and you can figure out what works, what doesn't. And a lot of other people coming out, they've never actually been able to feel out what the job's going to be like, so if you've already had the experience, you're already a step above of everybody else. Every student that I've met from Cedarville, they just seem like they're better ready to take on life because they know who they are, they know who God is, and they know that what they want to accomplish and what their purpose is. So having someone like that in your company means that they're going to be great to your other coworkers. They're going to do their absolute best, and they're the kind of person that you want in any organization. Way FM's mission statement is to influence this generation to love and follow Jesus through culturally relevant media. And at Cedarville, I learned how to use media to actually do that, but more importantly, I learned how to share my faith to actually influence this generation. After I graduated from Cedarville, I realized that I will never again have the support team that I had while I was a student. It's a tough thing trying to get a job in the industry, and I'm so grateful for the environment that was so supportive and everyone trying to actually help you succeed. And never again in life will you be able to experience something that awesome.
The thing that I am most excited about Cedarville is it provides opportunities for those who want to take them.
Athletics at Cedarville are different than at any other university. They are Christ-centered and completely focused on spreading the gospel.
We truly do play for a different purpose than many teams, and that purpose is to honor and glorify Christ. He gave us these gifts and abilities to step out, whether it be on the soccer pitch or the tennis court, the basketball court.
I definitely say just find some friends and just try it.
We have everything when it comes to intramurals, whether that's ping pong or tennis or dodgeball or basketball, soccer, everything under the sun.
I basically have done them all, and I'd say it's a fantastic experience just because you get to meet new people.
So it's a really cool opportunity for a stress reliever, but also to have some fun and enjoy your time.
Throughout the week, you get to You have to do work, you have to do homework, you have to go to classes, you have tests to study for. So every once in a while you just get a time to relax, you got to let all your emotions out, and it's just very fantastic to have that.
In just about every sport, the goal is the intramural t-shirt.
It's a fun environment. Lots of people come out to watch and to play, and we get to just go out there and have fun.
We all have one focus, and that's using our talents that God's given us to bring all the glory to Him. And it's easier when you have a team surrounding you with the same focus.
Being a part of the varsity soccer team, it's been an incredible experience. Being a part of the brotherhood, the atmosphere.
When you travel to other places, you realize how blessed we really are here. The facilities are beautiful.
Our fields, our courts, truly are a step above most organizations. So we really are blessed here at Cedarville for the facilities that we do have.
So being at a Christian university really changes the spirit of sports, just because it's not only about winning, winning, winning. It's also trying to grow friendships with new people and strengthening your relationship with Christ, which is the ultimate goal.
It's special and it's unique, and it's something that I feel like I only would have found here at Cedarville.
What are you really looking for when you're searching for a university? A good program, nice facilities, solid biblical teaching, enough training to get you a good job when you graduate. Well, you'll find all of that here at Cedarville. And here's a bonus: the people. You'll be surrounded by a group of like-minded, fun-loving Christians while you're here. Yeah, people like you. Creative, right brain, idea people. People who love what they do and have a passion to make a difference with their lives, to serve a greater purpose, to heed the call as followers of Christ. And as you start to fall in love with this place, and you will, these people you go to class with, they'll become your friends. And as you change from being a follower and start becoming a leader, you'll start to form your own band of brothers, where you'll search together to find God's plan for your life. It won't be all fun and games. You'll be challenged. You'll struggle. And sometimes you might even feel like giving up. But it's at those times you'll be even more thankful that you're surrounded by a group of Christians to help keep you going. Because as much of a challenge as these 4 years will be for you, they'll go by very quickly. 4 years of laughter, 4 years of hard work, 4 years of memories and feelings that will last a lifetime. It's called the Cedarville experience, and there's nothing else out there quite like it. Ask our students. Talk to our graduates. They'll tell you we have something special going on here at Cedarville University.
We have met with
And welcome back again here to the Callan Athletic Center. Jim and Teresa Clark with you here, bringing you Lady Jacket Volleyball against Urbana University, non-conference contest. And we've played 2 sets. They're in the books, officially 25-19, 26-24 in favor of Cedarville. And Coach Clark, you looked at the official stats thus far. What do you see?
Well, it's pretty even. Each team only had 1 block, so the block has not been an effective part of this game. They're both kind of even on the missed serves and so forth, but the difference in that match was they were pretty even on the team attack. We talked about after the first set, Urbana was .18, and now they were .38, so they definitely improved in their attack, and that showed up in the score. Cedarville went up a little bit as well, and they were .38, so it was very even in the team attack during the second set.
And the teams have switched sides once again. Lady Jackets on our left, Urbana Blue Knights on the right in their road gray jerseys with white numerals, and it's Kristen Cardwell to put the ball in play, and set number 3 is underway. It'll be passed up by the Blue Knights. Here's the set by Hendricks. A middle attack will go deep. Does the Blue Knights, and it's going to go out of bounds. Point Cedarville. Elise Butler hitting that one. Actually, they say it did hit the floor, so give Butler the kill. It's 1-0 Urbana. My mistake. Back row attack coming from Abby Shelton. Hendricks will go back row to Dunlap. Blocked at the net by Barkley, Wilkerson, and Shelton. All 3 of them up. We're tied at 1.
We just talked about that block, and that was actually a triple block. I'm not sure it was planned, but they all went up, and it was effective. Went down.
Abby Shelton now to serve for Cedarville. Knotted up 1 point apiece. And Chrissy Pratt will take that overpass and say thank you very much. Puts it down with 2 hands. Cedarville 2, Urbana 1.
Urbana's playing a little bit frustrated right now. The little things aren't going their way.
Another tough serve by Shelton. Here's a near set by the Blue Knights. Nicely defended by Urbana. Put across the net. Becker on the pass. Cardwell outside to Pratt. Goes deep in the middle of the floor, and she'll find the point and the kill for Chrissy Pratt. 3-1 Cedarville. And exactly what you want to see coming out, trying to keep the momentum on your side.
And I like the way they're playing much more aggressive and more in control.
Hendricks back set to Butler, and give Butler her second kill of the set, out of the reach of Shelton. 3-2 Cedarville. Tara Eads now serving. Becker steps in front of Shelton to take the pass. Quick set on the attack is Wilkerson, defended by the Blue Knights. Near side floater shot by Davis. Now Pratt, and she'll drill that one across, out of the reach of Tara Eads for the point, Cedarville.
Looks like Pratt is still on that role that she showed up last weekend with, and she's playing aggressive, she's playing enthusiastic, and she is being very effective for the Yellow Jackets.
Pratt now with double-digit kills. Back set on the slide attack by Mari King will be a point for the Blue Knights.
The Knights are hanging around. They're not going to go away without fighting hard, and because of that, the result is a 4-3 game.
Hendricks serving for Urbana. Pratt on the pass to Cardwell inside the 10-foot line. Looked like she mishandled it, but Cricky will put it across and get the kill. 5, actually that'll be a point Urbana. Again, my mistake, 4-4. Hendricks with another serve, trying to go short, and she hits it into the net. Missed serve. Number 5 of the night for the Blue Knights, and it's a 5-4 Cedarville lead. Kristen Reynolds now will serve with her team up by 1 point, leading 2-0. Tough play at the net. Hendricks puts it across with the right hand and going right back up to get it. Kristen Cardwell with that beautiful shot with the left hand. 6-4 Cedarville.
And Cardwell is so effective with that. She times it perfectly. When she's able to get up and she knows that that's the right move, it's such an effective tool.
Cardwell's 3rd kill of the match. That served by Reynolds just off the top of the net and falls harmlessly on the Cedarville side. 6-5 Lady Jackets.
Reynolds has got to be frustrated. That's 2 or 3 missed serves that she's had this evening.
Back set by Cardwell. Cricky up with a slide attack. Goes between a couple Urbana defenders for the point. Cedarville 7-5. They lead it.
And Cricky really likes that slide. You can tell that's her confidence level. She likes to, when the pass is in Cardwell's hands, that she likes to call for that, and she's been effective.
Back to the jump serving Chrissy Pratt, handled by the Urbana back line. This is Dunlap, powers one down, but Reynolds there with the dig. That'll be a free ball put over by Cardwell. Here's the set from Hendricks. Roll shot on the far side by Urbana. Abby Shelton goes up, but just on the outside of the antenna on the attack error, point Urbana.
I was pretty frustrated with that, but that set was a little off, and so she was actually swinging from behind, and so she was trying her best to keep that in play.
Maya Dunlap now serving for Urbana. Becker, tough pass there. It'll be put up by Pratt, and she was trying to set the ball outside, called for the double hit, and we're tied at 7. Another serve by Dunlap. Here's the set from Cardwell. She'll go outside to Shelton. She'll go again between a couple defenders, Hendricks and Toth of Urbana, to give Cedarville the 1-point lead.
And I like that. Cardwell saw, hey, Abby, just get in place and I'll give it right back to you, even though the last time she wanted to clean that up and get that rhythm back on place, and it results in a kill.
Cricky on the serve, passed up to Hendricks. Back set, far side, going right after Cricky. With the kill is Verhoff of Urbana. Tied at 8 points apiece. Set number 3. Cedarville leading at 2-0. Burkholder on the serve for Urbana. Pratt to get it at the 10-foot line to Cardwell. Tough play for Shelton. She'll put it across one hand, but it goes out of bounds on the back line, and Urbana takes the 9-8 lead. Pratt, much better pass to Cardwell. Back set to Wilkerson off the top of the block of the Blue Knights. This is Dunlap on the near side. Wilkerson tried to get a piece of it and tried to keep it in play, but can't do it. We're tied at 9. Actually, Urbana leads 10-8.
Sorry about that. She was just a little off balance after she went up on the block to come down to play defense, and that off balance, she was not able to make it playable.
Set by Cardwell from her knees. Abby Shelton will deliver the goods and puts it in front of Urbana for the point, Cedarville.
That was a perfect set. Like you said, on her knees, but she put it right in the hands of Abby Shelton, who was able to get a solid kill.
Cardwell now serving. She'll go after Burkholder. Here's the pass to Hendricks. Near side is Dunlap, and Pratt with the dig. Now Cardwell outside to Abby Shelton. That'll be another big point for Cedarville.
And this is exactly what Cedarville needed to do, is get in their rhythm and get aggressively playing, and they're doing so, but they need to keep that up.
We're tied at 10 points apiece. Shelton, Barkley, and Wilkerson on the front line. The serve by Cardwell. Dunlap, a roll shot at the 10-foot line will find the floor. Urbana 11, Cedarville 10.
And defense needs to run through that middle. They have to be ready for that hole in the middle that we call the donut in volleyball, and they need to be aggressively running through and picking that up.
Cardwell goes middle attack. Shelton blocked right back down beautifully. That was Butler of Urbana going up to stop the attack of Cedarville. Now the Blue Knights lead at 12-10.
And Cedarville needs to cover block.
Caitlin Dunlap serving. Cardwell, high arching set outside to Barkley, and in the net, a violation called against Urbana to give the point to Cedarville. Shelton with the serve. That'll go way off the back line for a missed serve attempt, number 8 of the match for Cedarville, now trailing 13-11.
And again, Cedarville has got to get in a mental state where they are not doing the little things that have them behind in this game.
Outside set to Pratt. She'll find Dunlap in the back corner, who cannot keep it in play. 13-12 Urbana. Pratt with her 12th kill of the night, and Becker serving. Passed up by Caitlin Dunlap, back set, and that'll be a kill for Mari King. Becker could not handle the attempt. 14-12 Urbana.
And that again was Cedarville's block not timing that well. And so Cedarville's block has got to become much more effective. They're not playing a good block game this entire match.
Pratt on the pass to Cardwell. Back set, Barkley off the block attempt on the near side of King and Davis for the point, Cedarville. Kristen Reynolds in to serve. Her team down by 1 in set 3, 14-13. Hendricks back set. Davis will get the kill. Going cross court, 15-13 Urbana.
Urbana was able to work around the block on that one. Was able to effectively get it across court, and the block was not effective.
Madison Davis will serve for Urbana. Tough pass right there by Shelton. Cardwell makes something of it, and Pratt will get the kill. Maya Dunlap could not contain the kill from Chrissy Pratt. 15-14 Urbana. And Pratt will go to the back line for the famous jump serve. Burkholder on the pass to Hendricks. Near side kill will be good by Caitlin Dunlap through the block attempt of Cricky and Cardwell.
Urbana's doing an effective job of working the block on Cedarville side, and pretty much they're able to control that.
Cricky is done on the back line by Burkholder, but a violation will be called on the double hit against the Blue Knights to give the point to Cedarville.
We've had quite a few double hits. We don't usually see that a whole lot. I'm saying it was accurate, but there's a lot of double hits going on during this match.
Now Cricky on the back line, spins it, puts it across. Hendricks trying to make something work out of it. There is a net violation called against Cedarville. And it's a 17-15 advantage Urbana. Burkholder on the serve. This is Pratt on the pass to Cardwell. Back set to Wilkerson. Blocked right back down. I'm going up to get that block. Elise Butler. She's an impressive young lady. And a block and the kill. Urbana by 3.
Urbana's block is actually playing better than Cedarville's block during this set.
High set or high pass to Cardwell. She went up with the left hand kill attempt. Passed up by the Blue Knights. Cardwell will try it again outside to Shelton, and she'll just adjust in midair and float it across the net, and it falls to the floor for the kill.
Not exactly what Abby had in mind, but it kept it in play, and it rolled on the net and dropped where defense could not was not able to reach it, and so a kill's a kill.
18-16 Cardwell serving, and that'll be an ace for the junior. 18-17 Urbana. Another tough serve, but down to get it was Burkholder. Here's a roll shot near side by Dunlap. Now Cardwell will send it to Becker. Barkley going cross court. Urbana on the attack. There's the dig by Becker. Cardwell. Back row attack from Pratt. And Chrissy gets the kill.
And Chrissy and Abby are actually playing very, very strong. Both of them are playing a good game. It's fun to see that aggression. But it's not consistent. It's in and out, in and out. And so that just needs to be on a roll. It needs to stay high and so forth. The pass is not really going into the setter's hands. And so you're not able to use all three. I'd love to see the passing game to clean it up and get it in front of Chrissy's hands in front of the 10-foot line so that she has three options. She can go either side or in the middle instead of having all three offensive players come back and ready to go, and that will shake off the block effectiveness of the Urbana side. Urbana is able to read where they're going to go, and part of it has to do with the pass, and so Cedarville needs to clean that up.
Tied at 18 points apiece. Coach Belize of Urbana takes the first of his 2 timeouts to try and calm his team down. His team still huddled around him down to our right. Lady Jackets of Cedarville already out on the floor waiting for the serve will be Kristen Cardwell. And we have a fairly decent crowd here tonight. Not what we've experienced on the first 2 home matches of the year, but still a pretty good group of volleyball fans trying to watch the Lady Jackets post another victory on the home floor. And Cardwell puts it across the net. There's Dunlap, goes right after Cardwell, but she gets a piece of it. Now Shelton on the far side, far deep corner, out of bounds. point, Urbana.
And I could tell that was Abby got in the air a little bit too soon, and so she had to hesitate, and she was pulling back a little bit too far, and so again she sent it out of bounds. She was trying to go deep, and I get that, but she's got to keep it in bounds.
Caitlin Dunlap on the serve for the Blue Knights. Cardwell back set to Shelton and should pound that one down at the feet of Brianna Burkholder for the kill. We're tied at 19.
And you like to see that from your offensive player. She was able to go either right or left side and make an effective kill. There you go.
And that's a beautifully blocked ball by Pratt and Wilkerson off the attack attempt of Butler. Cedarville leads at 20-19. Well done.
That's what I've been waiting to see. That's what you want to see with your block, straight down.
Shelton another serve for Cedarville, trying to inch closer to victory. That ball is hit into the net by Caitlin Dunlap. Coach Belize not too happy with the performance there in the last couple plays. Now his team down by 2, 21-19. Hendricks near side to Davis off the top of the net. And it'll fall to the floor for the point for the Blue Knights, 21-20, Cedarville.
And the Knights are hanging around. They're not giving up. They're going to stick with it, and that's what you want to see from a coach's standpoint, even when you don't get the points that you think you deserve, to stay in the game.
Cardwell outside to Pratt, over the top of the block. Hendricks puts it across, and Chrissy cannot put it right back down, so the setter, Mary Hendricks, copies a little of the play of Kristen Cardwell to get the kill. 21-21, we're tied. Cardwell setting at the net. Wilkerson adjusts in midair, just floats it across. Put across by the Blue Knights, a diving one-hand dig by Shelton. Ball still in play. Near side, Davis goes cross court, out of bounds, 22-21, Cedarville.
Now, on that time, the block was up, and that caused Urbana to have to play over the block, and in doing so, they had to send it out of bounds. So even though there wasn't a block there, the block was an effective tool.
Becker serving. Here's Hendricks, goes near side to Davis. Partially blocked, put across by Cricky and Barkley. Davis tries it again, goes after Becker. She digs. Cardwell outside to Pratt. Passed up by the Blue Knights. Butler is blocked at the net. Now a back row attempt coming from Dunlap. A save by Becker. Roll shot by Pratt, kept in play. Both teams fighting, and it'll be a point in front of Shelton, who was on her knees. Couldn't get to it. We're tied at 22.
Defense was not ready for that, and you saw them kind of hesitating and looking as it fell instead of running through and trying to defensively get to it. And we have a 22-22 score.
Mary Hendricks will serve. Pratt to Cardwell. Quick attack to Cricky. And Maya Dunlap could not contain that attack from Rachel Cricky. 23-22 Cedarville.
That was a good decision on Cardwell. Having gone to the middle for a while, and so defense was not prepared for a middle hit. She was able to get it to her quickly, and Rachel was able to send it down, and so defense wasn't quite ready for that attack.
Reynolds on the serve, goes far back side, and it goes out of bounds on the back line. 23-23, we're tied in set 3. Madison Davis now will serve for the Blue Knights. Pratt and Shelton battle for it. The pass from Cardwell is to Pratt. She's blocked at the net. Now the Blue Knights on the attack. A dig there by Becker. Now Cardwell at the net. Cricky with it. Blue Knights are scrambling. This is Dunlap near side. Goes far back corner. Shelton saves it. It'll be a free ball for Urbana. Hendricks, near side Dunlap, and Becker, saved by Shelton. Becker puts it across. And all of that play, Mari King gets the kill, but some great play, both teams, but Urbana now at set point.
Cedarville actually was able to play really good defense right there. They were able to get under balls that normally would have dropped. Abby did a great job of keeping it playable. Unfortunately, they were not able to get it done, and so now their backs are against the wall a little bit. They've got to tie the game up right here and then get for it. Remember, you have to win by 2 points, and we've got a 24-23 game. If Urbana gets this, we go into a fourth set. If Cedarville can tie it up, first team to get a lead by 2 points will win this set. If it happens to be Cedarville, then that would be the match. Again, we talked about it earlier, Urbana is not giving up. They're hanging around and they're playing and not assuming that they're out of this, and that's hard for a team to do, to stay mentally and physically charged up when they have lost 2 sets. And so kudos to Urbana for playing through it and playing it well and keeping Cedarville on their toes.
Coach Doug Walters, in his 8th year with the Lady Jackets, takes the first of his 2 timeouts, trying to stall the momentum of Urbana, who are trying to force a 4th set. The Blue Knights lead it 24-23, and they break the huddle around Coach Felice. And Madison Davis will be serving for set point. And really, at this point, Teresa, just a good pass and a good set can get the Lady Jackets right back in it.
A good serve receive is a must right here.
It'll be Davis getting ready to serve, gets the whistle approval from the up official and puts it across the net. It's passed up by Becker. Cardwell at the 10-foot line. She'll go near side to Pratt, and that'll be the kill that Cedarville desperately needed. We're tied at 24.
And that's exactly what you want to do. Put it in the hands of Chrissy Pratt. She's been doing it all night long, and so well played. That was a great game plan, and it was effective, and we've got a tie game.
Great pass from Angela Becker. Now Chrissy Pratt on the jump serve, and she will be credited with a big ace right there. And we are at match point right now, 25-24. But as you can expect, Coach Belize of Urbana has one more timeout, and he's got to take it right there as Chrissy Pratt delivers a big ace serve.
And Chrissy Pratt, just like she has over the weekend, she came in playing aggressively, and a lot of teams would, or a lot of players would not serve so aggressively at a 24-24, but she did it well. You'll see right here as she goes up, and she was able to get that down, and what a great play. And you'll see her team getting so excited with her over that ace, and rightfully so.
Chrissy Pratt finished off Charleston here in the Callan Athletic Center just on this past Friday night. She put up 7 aces and really finished off set number 3 with a flair and a flourish to post the victory, and now she's in position to do it again here tonight. Her team just 1 point away from defeating Urbana in 3 sets. Chrissy Pratt waits for the whistle. She'll toss the ball about 20 feet in the air. Puts it across the net, passed up on the back line. Hendricks, she'll go near side to Dunlap, blocked at the net, and out of bounds off of Cricky, and we're tied at 25.
Cedarville's block was not penetrated. We always talked about staying stiff all the way to your shoulders, and they let that ball roll right in front of them, and now we're back to 25-25.
Libero Maya Dunlap on the serve for the Blue Knights. A short serve. Becker there to get it. Now Cardwell outside to Shelton. Goes cross court right at Dunlap. And it's a point for Cedarville. And we're back to match point, 26-25.
Pratt's in the back row, so you put it in Abby's hands. Abby got it done. And the crowd is starting to get into it, which would hopefully give us the momentum we need to get it done right here.
Rachel Cricky on the serve, passed up by Dunlap. Hendricks will go right back to Dunlap on the roll shot, and Cricky at 6'1" has trouble getting down to get that ball. We're tied at 26. Bierhoff with the serve, that'll be an ace. Chrissy Pratt could not handle it. And now set point in the hands of Urbana, 27-26, and Coach Walters will take his second and final timeout as he will try and stop the momentum of the serve coming from Urbana. They are at set point, 27-26.
And Coach Walters saw something that he wasn't happy with right before that on Cedarville's side when they did not get the winning set point, and so he was talking to them about that. They were trying to adjust some things, and Urbana took advantage of it, and they were able to get that done. Cedarville now has their back against the wall, and so they've got to tie it up with this this play right here. Urbana, on the other hand, is saying, hey, we came to play, and they are playing there really well. And they did not give up, and so they were able to come back and now get ahead. And so if they get this point, we go into set number 4.
Well, just where we were a few points ago, Lady Jackets on the receiving end of the serve, looking for the good pass and a kill attempt. It came from Becker, resulted in a kill by Chrissy Pratt. And this time around, it'll be Becker still in the back line, but Cardwell will have either Wilkerson or Shelton to try and get the big kill to keep set number 3 going. Megan Bierhoff with the serve for Urbana. Her team up by 1, 27-26, set point. There's the pass by Pratt. Cardwell goes outside to Abby Shelton, goes through the block attempt of Hendricks and Dunlap, and we're tied at 27.
That was a smart play. Abby's been going cross court much of this match. And she mixed it up, and she was trying to go down line, but she was really trying to tool the block, able to do that. And now we have tie, another tie.
Tough play for Urbana off the serve from Cardwell. It'll be a free ball, and Becker and Pratt collide, and so do Pratt and Barkley. Here comes Urbana on the attack. Dunlap near side, right hand push out, I should say. Now Shelton over the block and good.
And again, Cardwell's making whatever she can out of the passes she's getting. Cedarville didn't look real organized on that. They weren't talking. They were just everybody scrambling. But she knew to go to Abby, and she got it done.
Cardwell for match point, 28-27. Put across, and that's beautifully done by the setter, Mary Hendricks, with the left hand. And that knocks up set number 3 at 28 apiece.
Now our banner setter says, hey, I've watched Cedarville do this all night. I'm going to try it and see how effective it is and send it in the hole.
Caitlin Dunlap with the serve. There's the pass from Shelton to Cardwell. Far side to Barkley. Hammers it down. Passed up by Maya Dunlap. Back row attack is blocked at the net by Barkley and Wilkerson. A diving save by Cardwell. Abby on the kill attempt. Defended by the Blue Knights. Eads over the block of Wilkerson. Deflected, hit the floor. We're at set point again, 29-28, Urbana.
And this set has been exciting at the last, since we rolled into 20. Both teams playing their hearts out.
Tough play right there for Cardwell to make something out of it. Pratt, a little two-hand push shot. Passed up by the Blue Knights. They have some confusion on their side as Caitlin Dunlap and Madison Davis ran into each other. We are tied at 29. Shelton to serve. Pratt, Wilkerson, and Barkley on the front line for Cedarville. And this will be a tough play right here. The Blue Knights scramble, and they will send it across. Nicely done. Becker on the pass to Cardwell. Outside to Pratt. Off the top of the block of the Blue Knights. Dunlap, roll shot from the back line. Becker with the save. Becker puts it across in the way of Pratt as both Becker and Pratt fall down. Blocked at the net by Wilkerson, and she stuck with it and got the kill.
Wow. With players running into each other, falling on the floor, and still able to get that done. I'm not sure that I've seen anything quite like that in this gym.
Match point, 30-29. Again, Shelton on the serve, and she'll miss it into the net. 30 to 30 is our score.
Not the time to miss a serve, huh?
Miss serve number 10 of the night for Cedarville. Here's the pass from Becker outside to Pratt. Skies and drills it down. Passed up by Dunlap. Davis on the near side, blocked down by Wilkerson. Barkley up to get it. Again, some great defense by Urbana. Davis again, dug by Becker. Now Cardwell, back to Pratt. Winds up, puts it across. Urbana scrambling. Shelton to Cardwell, back set to Alyssa Barkley off the block, tools it for the point, 31-30 Cedarville.
That was a great, strong hit by Barkley, one of the better ones of this set. And she was able to tool the block, and the block was not able to stay effective, but Urbana has played incredible defense.
31-30, match point. Becker serves it across. Hendricks near side to Davis, and that'll be a kill, or a point, I should say, for Cedarville. Not sure it went across the net, but the Lady Jackets hold off Urbana in a very, very tightly played competitive third set to win it 32-30 to take the match, 25-19, 26-24, and 32-30. And Teresa, you got to give a lot of credit to both teams in some great volleys.
And let's watch that last play again. Serve was kept in. Cedarville was able to use the block effectively and put it down, and it was the block that got it done. That's exactly what Cedarville needed to happen. Their block has not been real effective during this match, but right when they needed it, they got it done. You got to give kudos to Urbana. Urbana's defense got better and better and better as this match progressed. They started out shaky. They made some adjustments, and by the end, defense was getting it done and keeping it playable, and thus we had the score of 32-20. Or 32-30. And so Cedarville kept firing it at them, but Urbana played really good defense. But Cedarville came through with a 3-0 match, and that's got to be a good victory. And so let's see how things ended up with the stats.
Lady Jackets win their 4th match of the season, now 4-8. Urbana will fall to 6-7 on the season. And we have been handed the official statistics as the teams huddled down below us with the prayer circle. As we look at, first of all, for Urbana, just quickly giving you some of the highlights. Caitlin Dunlap led the way at the front line with 16 kills. Mari King in double figures with 10 kills. Senior setter Mary Hendricks handed out 38 assists. And on the back line, it was Maya Dunlap with 10 digs lead the way. Urbana put up 4 blocks on the night, and they hit at 27% for the match. And 5 missed serves, 3 ace serves for the Blue Knights. That pretty much sums up their efforts. For Cedarville's 2 players in double figures, Abby Shelton with 17 kills, Chrissy Pratt with 15, 42 assists handed out by Kristen Cardwell. And on the back line, 16 digs for Angela Becker. And the Lady Jackets ended up winning the blocking category, 4.5 blocks on the night. They did have those 10 missed serves, but 8 aces led by 3 from Abby Shelton and 2 from Chrissy Pratt. Cedarville hit for the match 33%.
Well, Cedarville's their attack percentage was better than Urbana's during that last set, but Cedarville's got to clean up their effective blocking, and they've got to clean up the missed serves. Again, we talked about it at the beginning. You want to have aggressive serving game, but you got to keep it in, and there were crucial points when they did not get their serve in when they needed to. Serve receive was better, but not the best, but not bad. Urbana, I just really thought they played really good defense at the end. And again, they got better and better and better, and they got their confidence up. And so I was pretty impressed with the defense of Urbana towards the end. Again, you got to say kudos to Abby Shelton and Chrissy Pratt. They certainly were playing aggressive ball, and they are showing leadership in the aggression of playing an attack game. I love how they're getting strong kills, not just keeping it playable, but they're putting it down and putting it down with authority. And so we got to keep that up and see that more and more as the season progresses.
Well, as you mentioned, giving some kudos to the Blue Knights. Coach Belize, in his first year at the program, his team now 6-7, but really looks like he's got that program on the upswing. They will turn their sights to getting back to Mountain East Conference play this coming Friday night at West Liberty. But the Lady Jackets winners tonight in the second of an 8-match homestand to even or put out their record at 4-8, and now they will set their sights on some great Midwest Athletic Conference action coming this Friday and Saturday. We'll have it for you here on Stretch Internet. If you can't join us, Alderson brought us on Friday night, September 25th, 7 o'clock, and then on Saturday, Davis and Elkins will be in town. That match, I should say, will start at 1 o'clock. So we encourage you to come out and watch this Lady Jacket squad, but if not, we'll have it for you on Stretched Internet. But a winning night here tonight for the Lady Jackets as they defeat Urbana 3-0, 25-20, 25-19. Excuse me, that's the wrong sheet as I'm looking at it. It was 25-19, 26-24, 32-30 in front of a nice crowd of just over 300 fans. We always want to give our shout outs to our crew tonight, and we know we had a few technical problems, but we appreciate your patience as we work with our equipment and try to get software in place. As we know, coming up in early October, we'll have our full crew here with more cameras and some great replays, slow motions, and all of that. But we appreciate the great work tonight of Professor Jim Craigle running the show, directing, and our cameramen Andy Carr and Luke Brotherton, part of the broadcast and digital media major here at Cedarville. We appreciate their great work as always. But that's going to do it here for Teresa Clark. I'm Jim Clark. Thank you again for watching Lady Jacket Volleyball tonight here on Stretch Internet.